Hello and welcome to New Earth Awakening. Today, we welcome to the show Alex Martin B., a distinguished holistic healer, spiritual guide, psychic, and author with over 25 years of experience in transpersonal healing. Alex has developed a unique approach that bridges ancient wisdom with cutting-edge scientific understanding. Alex is the author of Healing Soul Journeys. Visit www.clarityhypnosis.eu to find out more. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Gratitude.
Thank you very much as well.
Thank you.
So let's start by you sharing about your path and how it led you to the work that you're doing today.
Well, it started when I was 15. From the young age, I was interested in many strange things like reincarnation, out-of-body experience, healing with the energy, and nobody around me was interested in it. Remember, it was 49 years ago. When I was 15, it was about 1991, and it was post-communistic Poland. So nothing was there. It was only Catholic, 99% people Catholic, and I was just looking for something. And first book appeared on the market. Somebody brought and published a small, like a booklet type book, Ancient Huna Healing from Hawaii. And I took it and I read it and I practiced it. It was like with energy, and it worked. It was about manifestation. So after that, I joined ashram, Bhakti Yoga ashram, for over 20 years. It's very disciplined, clean lifestyle. A lot of rules, a lot of meditation every day. So I did that. I taught meditation to many people in many countries for many years, traveling around Europe. And then I was guided to meet the teachings of Dolores Cannon. And I am a scientist in my mind. So I was thinking how incredible this is. And I wonder if I do this myself, if I learn her method, if people that I will have as clients, they will say the same incredible stories that they are from Arcturus, or they meet higher self. And at the beginning, when I was, doing this for free, first client, she was not very, into spirituality, just for fun. And she regressed to other planet, the past life, another planet. I was blown away. Like, wow! And that's why I'm doing this, because it's not only about fun and games. It's about healing, about therapy. I always wanted to help people and make a difference. So not only this is exciting, what I'm doing, every session is traveling through time and space and having wonderful insights, but also it's actually make difference, healing people.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I wonder if people are going to tell me amazing stories. Bam, and there you go. Awesome. Let's start by you sharing what is healing to you. What does it mean to you?
Healing is a learning process. Now, after 1,000 sessions, I did over 1,000 sessions. Healing is about clarity, about restoring the person to the original form, original energy. Healing is about being in your full potential, doing your purpose. And healing is actually part of the human experience. In this state of the human evolution, what I noticed, people first dive into darkness. They are born into darkness, into dark energy, into dark families. It's all pre-planned. This is all part of the plan. And then, in the second part of life, they need to let it go. They need to release all these false beliefs, suppressed emotions, and any negative energy attached to them. And then step into their mission, their purpose. So this is basically how the plan of life is. Everything that happens is for a reason. It's not random.
Yeah, I love that. The phoenix out of the ashes, rising up.
Mm-hmm.
So, what kind of transformative experiences have you witnessed whilst putting people into hypnosis and talking to their higher selves?
So many. From basic ones, somebody stopped being alcoholic right after the session. They were alcoholic for 20 years. It was so difficult to stop. After the session, they just stopped it. No problem. To more advanced ones, when during the session, the person was activated by higher self to be a healer. And it was like you could see that in video. I actually have this video on the person wanted to share it because it was so impactful. You could see the trembling of the body, the ecstasy of the person, when higher self activated the healer abilities from past lives. So during the sessions, you witness all kinds of emotions, from lower vibrational like shame, guilt, grief, fear, to release in order to release them, let's say in past lives, until peace, love, and joy on the highest level, when the person feels being one with the universe, feeling unconditional love, and feeling enormous peace and joy. In some sessions, recently, a week ago, a lady was laughing half hour in the deep trance because higher self prepared it for her. She was laughing about the comedy of her life. Like, it was not comedy really, but she saw it now in this expanded state. Like, wow, I planned all of it, and it was so funny for her, like, wow, I took it so seriously. It was so much drama, but it really was a lesson for me. This is what I wanted. So not only during the session, people have all these experiences, wild transformations, but people after few weeks, few months, 1 year, they are sending me feedback how their life transformed, not only internally, how they feel about themselves, about the world, but also externally, how they, for example, changed job and became entrepreneur, how they found a relationship that is very harmonious, how they stepped into their mission and purpose, how they are accomplished. So it happens internally and externally, the transformation of lives, after the higher self finish with the healing and cleansing. Remember, I am a facilitator. I am allowing the person to meet their higher self, talk with the higher self, and I'm asking higher self to bring them to full potential and health. And it's happening.
As within, so without.
Yes.
You just attune them a little bit and then let them fly.
Yes, exactly. Because everybody, in essence, everybody is a ball of light. You are a soul. And people experience that during the sessions when they, for example, remember the death in other lives. They see themselves getting out of the body, and I ask them, how do you look now? And they see, oh, I am a ball of light, or I am a spark of light. And they are so surprised. Yes, you are not human. human is only temporary costume that you are wearing now for this learning process. So in essence, everybody is pure light, pure love. And you are now having this experience to grow, to learn, to expand. This is the whole purpose of it.
I love it. Can you expand a little bit more on this session that was so humorous, let's call it that way, because I love how you said it, the higher self prepared this comedy show for this person to find out, oh my God, I was actually living in a comedy series all life long. And now I am able to step out enough and to watch it as if it was a TV show and just be sitting there with my popcorn and my drink and just having fun, looking at the characters, play some drama, whatever. What did the higher self say, explain? Just elaborate a little bit more.
Okay. So in this case, it was non-verbal a lot. Like she was laughing so hard that she had trouble to verbalize it, like what she's laughing at. But what I understood is that after she died in other life and she remembered it, she was taken back through the rope, like she saw a golden rope. I need now to climb through the rope, and then she saw herself in a train, like in army you have recruitment room, and she was recruited, to do this past life, and she saw herself, wow, this is so funny. I am now just doing on this mission. I did this mission. She was seeing herself in past life as a woman around Second World War in America, fighting for the women's rights to vote, to be on the same level as males. And she was in the protest, marching and shouting. And then after she died in this life, she just understood. This is what I sign up to, to go there and do this work for women on this planet. And then she was laughing, okay, now I go again, another mission, this current life, and I'm bringing light in other way. And it was so funny for her because it's so, don't make it so seriously, like it's no drama. There is no downside to it, just have fun while you are doing your mission. And she was laughing a lot, like, wow. And when she wake up, she continued laughing, and she sent me email 2 days later that she's continuing laughing about it, like how ridiculous the humans are, that they are, taking everything so seriously.
Story of my life.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really totally my thing, being joking about everything all the time, It's amazing, hilarious. I love it. Yes, it's not about taking it too seriously and just enjoying the ride instead of always chasing the next goal, the next achievement, and looking for something outside of you. It's about finding everything inside. Thank you very much for sharing that, Alex. That's awesome. Let's dive a little bit now into ancestral healing, because some of us came here to heal whatever dysfunctionality was going on for generations and passed over generations. Do you have amazing stories about that as well that you can share, please?
Yes, I have amazing stories. One of them that comes now is about a woman that she was a healer in this life. And she was blocked. She was feeling that I cannot do it anymore. It's so difficult to heal people. And during the session, when we dived into her expanded awareness, first, she noticed that she was under attack from dark side. Actually, there were entities in her system to stop her. to block energy flow and bring her this, depression and procrastination and sadness. And so we removed them, sent them to the light. And also she was aware in this mystical spiritual vision. She saw that the abuse of women in her lineage was going. She was seeing it in time, like a barbed wire on every soul, female in her family, from her mother's side, the grandma, grandma, and so on. All of them had this very heavy experience. And during the session, I asked Archangel Michael to come. I work with Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, most often, and higher self of the person. And Archangel Michael, with his angels, started winding up, pulling out all this barbed wire through generations, through hundreds of years from this lineage, and also from her. She had it too in her system. And just she saw a burst of light coming from the source and enveloping all these beings in her family, all these souls in the family, filling with light, healing, cleansing from darkness. And she was hearing like a angelic music coming, that this was all pre-planned. The session that we did was pre-planned. That we will do the session and then she will be ready to do this. We will cleanse the trauma from generations. What we learn from higher selves is that beings of light, when they are volunteering or they are high vibration souls, mature souls or advanced souls, they actually choose families that have a lot of darkness in them. So when they enter into these families, they incarnate, by their presence, they are dissolving the darkness in the family. Myself included, I chose to be born in Poland, and my mother was alcoholic, actually. And the alcoholism was very prevalent in my family. So I had to experience that as a child, through my whole childhood. And then I had to release it. I had to forgive myself, forgive others, and just let it go. And now that I am doing what I am doing, I am benefiting my ancestors. So basically, this is short version.
I love it. Do you want to talk a little bit about this transmutation that is going on, that you have already explained or touched upon, that is like this baseline of not being able to deal with whatever is showing up in your life and trying to escape it? And one of the escapisms can be alcoholism. It can be something else, right? And then you come into this life, into this family, and you elevate the frequency. How did you do that so that people can think about, okay, how am I able to transmute things in my life so that they can have a teaching, a learning, something that they can practice in their own lives regarding whatever escapism is taking place in their families?
First, you cannot change anybody else. So save yourself the frustration and just let it go, that you can change anybody. Your only responsibility is your own vibration. If you vibrate, your frequency is higher, you affect others, affect your experience. And this is what you can do. And how to raise your vibration should be your main question. How to raise my own vibration to be vibrating in love, joy, and peace. And there are many ways. Higher selves advise people how to do that. and it's personalized. But from some methods that we learned is about adopting vegetarian, vegan diet, being in the nature as much as possible, meditate every day. And how to meditate? You have so many different ways. In silence, with breathing, with mantra, in the movement, when dancing, for example, or when running or walking, with the flame, with the sound of water. This is from top of my head that was shared. Everybody's different. You need to find what feels right. Don't think about it. Don't overthink it. Just try. And if it feels wonderful, this is for you. If it doesn't feel great, just move on and look further. Your higher self, your intuition is talking to you through your feelings, not through your thinking. Usually, overthinking is against, the thinking mind is against intuition. So be aware of that. So, raising your vibration is also about letting go and releasing the past, negative past. It could be, for example, today I had a session and the lady had a repeating pattern of that she's not good enough. The belief in the childhood, her partners, even her daughter, all of them were teaching her how to put boundaries and release this false belief that she's not good enough, that she needs to earn love. So some suppressed emotions. For example, I last week a lady came to me with frozen shoulders, like pain in the shoulder, and she felt like, no, I cannot accept that this is physical. And it turned out that it is actually anger. It was suppressed anger at her mother. After we released it during the session, the higher self guided us to different situations where there was this anger appeared, and then she spoke with her mother, the soul of her mother that passed away already, about forgiving, about understanding in the greater picture that it was all pre-planned. It was all to learn the lessons, how to not store or suppress anger, but let it flow out. So after we make a forgiveness and resolution with the mother, release the anger, when she wake up, there was no pain, no stuckness in the shoulder. So it's real. All these suppressed emotions are toxic, low vibration emotions, like shame, guilt, grief, fear, anger, pride, and so on. And they are toxic. They are weakening you. They are making you sick. And if you are not working on releasing it, you will be in the lower vibration. So a lot of people are stuck with, for example, a desire for revenge, or they are stuck with they don't want to release sadness or grief, and that they need to know that you need to release it in order to float up, because you are automatically will float up if you release all this heavy ballast, the suppressed emotions, low vibrational beliefs from the mind. If you release it, automatically will float up in your frequency, your vibration, and you will help others only by being here.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Exactly. Let's talk a little bit about other practical ways to embody heaven on earth. This high frequency you're talking about.
Other practical ways are connecting with meditation, or contemplation or prayer, whatever you want to use, with your higher self for guidance, because everybody has different mission, everybody is different soul. And I would avoid, blanket statements, that you need to do this or you need to do that. for everybody, because I noticed that it's different for everybody in the sessions. When higher self is giving advice, for one person would be, for example, I remember this person that she needs to write a screenplay for a theater about her life, about her difficult experiences. And this screenplay, when she will be playing it, or people will play it, it will be healing for the spectators, for the audience. For other person, it was about a lot of my clients are healers that are blocked. So a lot of them will be healing, writing a book, creating something that later will heal others. It could be, for example, from last week, a lady has this dream, this excitement from her higher self to create a clothing label that will be full of positive energy, not only materials but also art on it. It will be like infused with high vibration energy, and this will be healing for people. If they wear this clothing, it will be cleansing them. For another person, it was about, he was a singer in small bars. He was singing and playing, and higher self said you need to continue it, because when you are singing and playing, you are connected with the source. You are channeling the source for people. So what I can tell you is you need to be willing to connect with your intuition, your higher self, to get the exact memory or exact big picture, clarity. Why are you here? Not only to learn your lessons, having a fun on this planet, but also what exactly is your mission? What exactly is your purpose? And if you do this, you will have perfect guidance. You have perfect guidance, and unfortunately, people don't listen to it. When higher self is speaking to people, they usually say, "We gave her a lot of guidance. We guided her. We give her advice, but she didn't listen, or he didn't listen." So it's not like something is lacking. It's only about that we are listening to the wrong voice. We are listening to the mind. We are not our minds.
Love very much the way that you explained it. The way that I say it is that every step of the journey is healing if you're stepping into your highest vibration, which is basically guided by your heart. What is it that makes you smile? Is it a play, a theater play? Is it singing? Is it writing a book? Where do you lose track of time, right?
Yes.
Amazing stories. Thank you. I love it. So let's talk a little bit about your multidisciplinary approach and your book. Start wherever you want. Guide us.
Multidisciplinary approach. Well, I started as Dolores Cannon practitioner, her method. But I am always open to be guided to whatever is helpful and whatever I need to do. So method of Dolores Cannon is basically past lives and higher self-talk. But what I learned, what my higher self arranged, because all the sessions are arranged. It's not random that you can have a session with higher self. The person is ready for the next level of life. So during sessions, what I found are 5 groups of root causes of issues, of problems in people's lives. One of them is past lives, trauma, let's say violent, sudden death that was not processed and is still there, lingering, creating problems. So past lives, cleansing any negative influence from past lives. This is first group. Then I learned in sessions from my higher selves that there are attached spirits or attached beings, negative beings, to humans. This came up in sessions. I never wanted to learn about that. I never wanted any horrors. I didn't like horrors or any type of spooky stuff. But this is my path. And it's not spooky anymore. Like, you don't have to approach it with like, oh, horror, demon. No, I see them when I found a attached spirit or demonic being or animalistic, being, or other types. There are so many. I see them as secondary patients. I see them as souls that are lost. And some of them are little lost, some of them are very lost. And with Archangel Michael, Raphael, and all angels of the light, we can talk with the person, talk with this attached spirit, and guide them home, wherever they belong. So this is the second. The third group of root causes are fragmentation of the soul. When you have any type of trauma, accident, shock, it can fragment you as a soul, and these fragments are frozen in time when this happened. So let's say there was a sexual abuse during childhood, and during this event, the small part of the soul stays in the body, and the whole soul is leaving the body, not to experience that tragedy, that difficult experience. So the soul continues, and the small fragment is frozen in time there, your fragment. And you are not fully powerful, you are not fully yourself when you have all these fragments scattered. So during sessions, we found that people can have from one fragment missing to hundreds in different lifetimes. And we recover them, we bring them back after healing and cleansing, and the person feels amazing afterwards, like completely whole. Nothing is missing. Fully powerful, wise, connected. So this is the third. So it's a shamanic. Like, if you like labels, if your audience like labels, it's shamanic retrieval. But I don't like labels. I just do what needs to be done. Labels are misleading. One label, you tell the label to the 100 people, and 100 people will understand it in different ways, negatively, positively, and all between. So the next group of root causes is any negative influence like black magic, voodoo, from living people that are, this is real. This is what I found, and after we cleanse it, that everything changed in my client's life. So it is real, black magic, and it's also shamanic work. So anybody that is wishing you bad things, if you make enemies, if you are not careful and you are just careless and you are making enemies, these people with enough intention and emotion behind it can influence negatively your life. They are living, they don't have to go into black magician or dark ritual. They don't have to do anything officially. Intent and emotion behind it can affect you badly. So don't make enemies. And if there is some person that is toxic, just be in distance. We love toxic people, but in distance. We don't have to hug them or live with them. Let them be. They have their own lessons. They are learning their own things. So basically, you could say that I am shamanic practitioner, I am spirit release practitioner, quantum healer. I'm teaching people meditation. I'm teaching people how to connect with higher self. So it all happened in the sessions, and I'm still learning. It's never ending learning process. Sometimes during the sessions, it is revealed that some new concept that we don't know in humanity. During session, I am not using, the book knowledge or the, facts, dry facts, that it should be like this, should be like that, no schematics, no plans. I am just flowing with whatever higher self is showing to the person. I am intuitive. I am spontaneous during the session. So whatever my higher self is guiding me to, what to ask, what to do, in which direction to go, because it's infinite. During the session, we have infinite possibilities where we could go. We could be focusing on one life the whole session, but it's not necessary. What we need to focus is on releasing the negative energies. So I'm very focused on bringing the wellness and health and cleansing to the person, not being stuck in details. Oh, what year was it? What city was it? At the beginning, I was like that. Like scientific research, but now more about therapy and cleansing. So then my higher self guided me to share in the book those findings. So from all these sessions, I chose 12 most interesting stories and wrote it in the book so people can know about it. That there is a possibility for everybody to have this wisdom, have this healing, and how wonderful it is. 100 years ago, perhaps it was not possible because the people were not on this level to practice this type of uh, therapy. But now it's possible, and it's still expanding, still transforming to better and better help people.
Thank you very much. And you also said that within your book, people can find meditations and visualizations they can use as well, right?
Yes. So every chapter is a story from the session, what person experienced, what was the advice of the higher self. And at the end, there is a description how to do it yourself. So, for example, if the higher self gave the person a special type of meditation, for example, be at the water, near the water, and just listen to the sound of water, there is at the end a special way how to take advantage of such meditation. Or if you are feeling, for example, heavy, there is a special meditation to bring this, to dissolve this heaviness. So the book is also a practical guide how you can try yourself, improve your vibration.
Thank you. Do you have any stories about galactic lifetimes, like something that keeps coming up, Arcturians, Lyrans, or whatever? Do you want to share?
Yes. Also, labels. The community of extraterrestrials, spiritual extraterrestrials, are only focusing on, the vicinity here, like Syrians, Arcturians, Lyrians, and so on. But it's so much more. In the sessions, people connect with planets, galaxies, other universes that we don't know in humanity. They don't have names here. And this is mostly they are from some planet and they don't even know where this planet is. It's not here in this galaxy. They feel like this is another galaxy. It's very far. And the same, what is interesting is that in all my sessions, no matter who is the person, from what background, if they are spiritual, not spiritual, if they are religious, not religious, what religion, I have people from around the world, all kinds of ages, from 20 to 60 to 80. When they go into a deep trance and we are talking with the higher self, or we are talking with extraterrestrials, or we are talking with angels, we are talking with spirit guides, all of them describe the same greater picture. There is reincarnation, there is preparation for the life, there is a galactic order. Everything is very organized. And you have lessons to learn. This is only one planet, one human experience. And you are not forced to do it. or you are from the light, you are light, you belong in the light, but you have this very short trip as human, not only to learn yourself, but also to help the collective. To give you an example, this one lady remembered that she was a healer for many lifetimes. Higher self showed her from ancient Egypt. She was a healer, but also working with energies like magic. And then through ages, centuries, she was healing people in different forms, in different cultures, like Native America and in Europe. And then at the end, when we are speaking with the higher self took her to her origins. And her origins was in Pleiades. She saw herself before she came to planet Earth 2000 years ago. She saw herself as small child, Pleiadian child, girl. And her parents actually sent her to Earth, to school. It's a school, difficult school. And now when she came back to her parents in the session, she was mature, adult Pleiadian woman. She completed her school. Now is awakening. She did what she could through thousands of years, human years. It was only, there's no time outside of it. So, well, for the mind it's difficult to understand, but there is no time outside of it. But she, going through this thousands of years of human experience, she grew. She grew as a soul. And now she can go to other planets, other galaxies to do other things. Now she is not a child anymore. One example. So many examples come in. We found even reptilians that are on the positive side, that they want to learn about compassion, for example. So this lady from Australia, during her life, she helped a lot of people in different ways. Not healing, not nothing spiritual, just with basic food problems or helping something with something happen in the neighbors. So she was always known in the community that helping hand. In the session, she was surprised to learn that she actually is coming from reptilian planet, and she's learning on Earth compassion as a evolution of her. So two such stories, but there is like hundreds and hundreds of them.
That is so inspiring. Thank you very much, Alex. And the last question would be, what is your highest vision for the new Earth?
The highest version for the new Earth is peace, joy, and love. This is what everybody feels inside, and because they feel it inside, they are in their natural, uncontaminated state. They are creating this outside. So it's a place of, this place already exists, and people are there. Simultaneously, they are incarnated right here. You can meet them, but they are also in this new Earth already. And what they will tell you is that it's a wonderful place where you are just doing your purpose, your mission. You are connected. You are feeling compassion, kindness, love, unconditional love. And you are very satisfied when you see the difference you are making by, being incarnated simultaneously and bringing this people that are still lost, maybe blocked, maybe slowed down, showing them the full picture, like that it's okay. Now you can take your life in your own hands. Don't be a victim of the systems, matrix systems. And you have the power, you have the wisdom to ascend to the new Earth right now in the body. You don't have to leave the body. You can live in the new Earth right now and help others to also ascend. So New Earth is individual and also collective. You can be in New Earth because you have this high vibration, and collectively, according to Dr. David Hawkins' map of consciousness, in 1981, we crossed the line of as a humanity to a positive territory on the consciousness scale, and we are now hovering over it. For the first time in the history of humanity, we are now in the positive territory of consciousness. So we are now working further to bring it higher and higher.
Thank you very much. I loved it. So, Alex, we will be posting your links below to your website and your YouTube channel in case people want to find out more about you, your work, or even listen to your amazing videos. Thank you for
Yes.
being today with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.